G'day YouTube, welcome back to my channel Bonsai Works. I'm David. This is the second trident maple in the series that I'm repotting. These are the only, well, not only two, but these two trident maple. I did one earlier, a smaller tree. This is a bit bigger tree, starting to develop. It's branching really well, trying a more natural looking trident rather than triangular, so it's coming along really well. Usually what I do now, I'm going to repot this tree of course, and this is all about repotting. I want to show you the process of repotting a tree from start to finish, just to show you how easy it is. It's not that hard. Beginners, just don't get scared when you repot. Trident maple is really strong. Chinese elms even stronger. No problems at all. Okay, guys, very easy to do. Very easy to do on deciduous trees especially. This tree, I've been working on this for quite some time, getting it really good. Now I'm going to have a look at the roots. It's probably been 2 years at least in this pot. You see all the grass over winter growing, so that's really annoying, but nothing we can do, just going to get rid of it all. We'll repot and get rid of that, all that rubbish. But this is the process. Now, I'll usually give the tree a little bit of a trim. This tree, I like the natural growth of it, the growth habit. I think there's a couple little ones. I'm going to be wiring these ones out, because I put a thread graft in here and it's done really well. So I'm going to just use these branches to grow this branch out a bit more. So I'm not going to cut those off. This one's just developing nicely, so I'm not really going to cut any of the branches off in this tree. Usually I go through and trim up a finished or more refined tree, but this one I like the chaos of it all, I guess. So we're just going to get stuck into repotting. First thing I do, there's a wire that's tying the tree in. I cut that off. It's at the back. I always try and attempt to put the wires that I tie the trees in at the back. I try and have a look, because it's quite a big tree. I try and pull the wire out, because sometimes the roots hook around it. It's a bit tight. It comes through, see? It comes out. Get rid of that. Now I give the tree a bit of a tug, see if it just comes out. Because this pot doesn't really have a lip. So I think it just pulls right out. So when it doesn't have a lip, you can easily get the tree out. Oh, so you can see what I mean by tridents are really great. I don't even have the mesh is not even there, because it pretty much it's in the roots. It's a reasonably sized tree, this one, but I'll just show you underneath. Nice big solid healthy root system. Now that's pretty much my, I hate to say it, but it's pretty much my mix of, I'll try to do that anyway, but I find my pumice, 80% pumice, 20% pine bark nuggets do really well in our conditions, or under my growing conditions, I guess. Always. So there's the 2 bits of mesh that go in the pot. We'll just put that back in later. So under my growing conditions, you know, I found the right mix for me, which is the 80% pumice, 20% pine bark. So I have to have a bit of organic, because just Melbourne's weather is just so hot. You can't have all inorganic. I find it really hard for a tree to survive. So I've gone at least 20% pine bark nuggets, which is a bit of organic growth, organic medium. But the pumice is absolutely brilliant. Best thing I've ever found. Best thing I've used. So first off, try and get rid of all these weeds area, just on the top of the tree, on top of the surface. I have to move that pot. I just use my good old trusty root hook. Really strong and firm. Use something that's strong and firm, not flimsy. As I said, I want to show you the whole process so you can see how actually long it takes. Because it's not that hard and not that long. Try and clean the moss off as well, off the trunk. I don't want moss growing on the trunk. Tridents can really take a beating, I guess. That's how I like to say it. They really can handle root pruning really well. Like, they're very vigorous. They're great growers. You saw the no issues with the growth. It's massive. Now I've done that cleaning up the sides. Now I try and tip the tree in a way that I can get access to these roots. And I just start to try and pull them down. You can hear the noise of the pumice falling onto the thing. Yeah, sometimes you find nice big thick roots. We'll get rid of those. We only want the fine root system. We don't want the thick stuff. Not in the roots. Not in the root system. You can see I'm quite aggressive with the tree. Go around. Done a reasonable job now. I try and use my hand to really dislodge a lot of the soil. And now I'm going to really get my scissors and go into it hard. Now nice, good, strong root shears. Sharp, firm. Thick and heavy, not flimsy, because you want to really have nice cuts. You want to just go straight through everything. That's pretty much the root spread that I've kept. You can probably even go harder, but that's where I'm at the moment. Give it a good shake. Now I always like to wash the roots with a hose, nice hard jet spray. I'm just going to go over the hose and do that. And I'll come back and continue the video and how we actually repot it. So all this goes in the green waste recycle bin and you get rid of it, all the roots. I try and get all the roots out. The leftover soil, I put it in the garden bed. I don't reuse it. I used to just get the pumice out, but it's too hard now. So I just reuse, just put it in the garden bed, and that's it. Done and dusted. Use it to grow on my veggies and things like that. Alright, I'll be back after I wash this out. Alright, so I'm back with the tree, nice and clean. Give it a good wash. Decent sized trunk, you can see the nabari is fantastic on it, which is probably what I love the most. Now with the pot, I've just put the mesh back on. That was tying in and got a tie wire towards the back where I'll tie the tree in. Pretty much that's it. Right now, get some new soil. Now I do spread it a little bit and then I mound it up in the middle, or close to the middle where I'm going to put the middle of the tree, the mass, the center of the tree. So grab the tree now, this other way. Now, it's a matter of trying to be happy with where you want it. I like the base a bit more to the right, coming this way, and then the top finishes kind of in the middle. Pretty easy. It's a bit tall, I know, for the camera, but you see what I mean by the base more on this way, but then the top finishes towards the middle. I like that look. Give it a good shake, like screw it in a way. See how it's coming just forward? Very important. Don't let it lean back. Alright, so I'm reasonably happy with that. I'm just going to give it a little bit of a tie in, just for now, while I work the roots, while I work the soil into the roots. So now I just get my, fill it up with the soil. Just roughly. So you see I put it in roughly. Now, it's a matter of, I use my chopstick and my fingers. So chopstick kind of makes the holes for me to work, opens up all the holes so that my fingers can push the soil in. I find that works really well. Your chopsticks are just like, I mean, your fingers are just like thick chopsticks, aren't they? So, by doing this, I find it really starts to compress. See all the soil that was up high, now it's going right in. Just going to tighten this up now. Alright guys, so there you have it, pretty much completed. The pot's filthy and everything like I am too, but that's just purely watering the tree in now, and we'll wash all the soil away. You saw that important note of how I use my fingers and chopsticks, very important. And let the tree now, I'll put it exactly the same spot in the garden where it came from, and just let it do its thing. It's still midwinter here. It is warming up, so I'm expecting this to burst bud in the next few weeks. But you know, it will just look after itself. It will just grow, get used to the conditions, and just grow on. So don't treat it, in Melbourne especially, you don't need to treat it like it needs to be in shade, in under shade, etc. I just put it back in the same spot, and off they go. So that's the second trident maple done in this series, and that's those two trident maples, the smaller one and this one. The small one in the red pot you would have seen in a previous video, and I'll link it below. Now the thing is, as I mentioned in the other video, I'm considering, if you follow my channel, I do sometimes sell my trees. I am considering selling those two tridents, this one and the one in the other video. But it will have to wait till spring till it comes to life. Make sure it's alive, make sure it's healthy. Always make sure it's healthy, no matter what. And then I'll think about it. I don't really sell my tridents very often, but I just have too many trees. I just have too much to look after at the moment. And I'm just having to, maybe people will like these, and maybe they'll go to good homes, etc. But I'm considering it. I haven't said yes, I will, but look out for it in the future. But anyway, that's a repotting video. Very important for beginners especially. Hopefully you've watched it step by step, very easy. 10-15 minutes really, without the talking, me explaining things. You can do a repot in 10-15 minutes, not a problem. On these size trees, 10 to 15 minutes. On smaller ones, 5 minutes. Wouldn't take even 5 minutes to do. So there you go. That's my experience, and that's how quick I can get through them. Hope you guys enjoyed that video, and I'll see you soon for more videos.